We all endure challenges, but few experience having their basic rights and identity stripped away. Today, we spend a day in the life of a Holocaust survivor.
He is a man of poise and kind of nature. His laughter is contagious. And you would never know by looking at him that he lived through a tragedy of historic significance. A retired electrician out of New York State, Irving Roth, is a Holocaust survivor.
My life was like any other child.
When he was just 14, Roth was loaded into a cattle car with his grandparents and brother and transported to Auschwitz.
And in the distance, I see flames coming out of chimneys. It's nighttime. It's scary.
Nazi soldiers separated Irving and his brother from their grandparents. They were forced down a dark corridor into the unknown.
Now, of course, I've known already about gas chambers. I said, oh, this is it.
Irving and his brother were spared. They were then tattooed and transported to a slave labor camp. His grandparents, however, were not as lucky.
I arrived in a transport of 4,000 people. 24 hours later, 3,700 were smoke and ashes.
7 years later, Irving travels around the country educating young people in hopes that history doesn't repeat itself.
It's possible to take human beings with sufficient amount of clever propaganda and education and convert them to murderers.
Despite the events he experienced in his young life, Irving's outlook is truly inspiring.
The best part is I survived.
With photographer Devin Krinke, this is Olivia Faacks reporting for Studio One.
Despite losing his grandparents and brother, Irving was reunited with his parents after the war. He now runs one of the Holocaust education centers in the U.S.